Gentlemen, here's the truth nobody tells men over 50. Your back pain, your tight hips, the sluggish energy, the slower recovery, the fading strength, and even the gradual drop in testosterone, none of these come from age itself. They come from something far simpler, far more common, and far more fixable. You've stopped using the primal movements your body was built to rely on. That's it. Not age, not genetics, not just getting older. Disuse. When your hips stop moving the way they were designed, when your glutes switch off, when your spine stiffens, when the deep muscles that stabilize your pelvis go silent, your entire system begins to collapse inward. Blood flow slows. Hormones drop, posture weakens, breathing becomes shallow, and your body expresses all of this in the form of stiffness, pain, fatigue, and lower testosterone. But here's the empowering part. If dysfunction begins when these primal patterns disappear, then recovery begins the moment you bring them back, correctly, consistently, and with intention. And that's exactly what we're doing today. In this video, you'll perform 5 time-tested primal exercises that restore 95% of what men over 50 lose. Hip mobility, spinal stability, glute activation, balance, blood flow to the pelvic floor, and the hormonal signals that support testosterone naturally. These movements are not bodybuilding lifts. They're not stretches. They are the foundational patterns your body was built around, the patterns that create strength from the inside out, from the pelvis upward, from the ground into your spine. Master these 5 and everything changes. Your posture improves, your steps feel lighter, your back loosens, your energy lifts, and your testosterone begins rising the way it's supposed to. Let's begin. 1. Horse stance. Stand with your feet wider than shoulder width. Drop your hips down as if you're sitting on a low invisible bench. Keep your spine long, your chest open, and your knees tracking outward. Sink until you feel your legs wake up, then hold. Breathe deeply, slowly, and powerfully. Horse stance is one of the oldest strength-building positions in human history for a reason. It rebuilds the foundation. It activates the inner thighs, quads, glutes, and deep hip muscles, the 4 areas men over 50 lose the fastest. This posture trains your body to support your spine without strain. It teaches your hips to open, your knees to stabilize, and your core to fire without forcing anything. Within seconds, circulation increases through the pelvic region, and that matters because improved pelvic blood flow is directly linked to improved testosterone signaling. When you hold this stance, your breathing deepens, your diaphragm pushes downward, the pelvic floor engages. This combination drops cortisol and boosts the anabolic environment your body needs to feel strong again. For men over 50, horse stance is more than an exercise. It's a structural reset to the on switch for the lower body. Hold it daily, even for 30 seconds, and you'll feel the shift fast. 2. Deep squat hold. Lower yourself all the way down into a full squat. Keep your heels grounded, let your knees open, allow your spine to lengthen as you settle into the deepest range you can manage without pain. Rest your elbows gently against your knees if needed. Stay here. Breathe. This position, the deep squat, is a natural resting posture for the human body, but most men over 50 lose it completely because modern life removes it from daily movement. When you reintroduce it, magic happens. Your hips decompress, your ankles regain mobility, your knees realign, your lower back unwinds, and most importantly, blood begins flowing again through the pelvic floor. The same network of tissues that impact sexual function, prostate health, and testosterone production. Deep squat. Hold restores the relationship between your hips and spine. When these 2 areas move fluidly together again, everything in the lower body becomes more efficient. Walking, standing, lifting, bending, even breathing. If you want more strength, more stability, and more male vitality, this posture is non-negotiable. Even 20-30 seconds a day can transform how your body feels. 3. Glute bridge. Lie on your back with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor, drive your heels down, squeeze your glutes hard, and lift your hips toward the ceiling. Hold at the top for a second, then lower slowly. Glute bridge is the single most important exercise for the modern man because weak glutes are the root cause of most problems after 50. Back pain, tight hamstrings, unstable hips, poor posture, and low testosterone. When the glutes stop firing, the pelvis tilts forward, compressing the lumbar spine and choking circulation through the lower abdomen. This is why so many men struggle with stiffness and hormonal decline at the same time. But when you reactivate the glutes, everything reverses. Your pelvis stabilizes, your spine realigns, your lower back relaxes, your hips become stronger, and blood begins moving through the deepest tissues again, especially those connected to male hormonal function. Glute bridge is a testosterone-friendly exercise because it works the largest muscle group in your body, increases anabolic hormone response, and improves pelvic circulation in one simple movement. Do this consistently, and your lower body strength will return faster than you expect. 4. Bird dog, get on all fours. Extend your right arm forward and your left leg back. Keep your spine completely still. No twisting, no dropping, no arching. Then switch sides. Bird dog may look simple, but for men over 50, it is one of the most powerful exercises you can do. It strengthens the deep spinal stabilizers, the tiny intelligent muscles that protect your back from pain. These muscles often shut down with age, not because you're old, but because you stop challenging them. Bird dog wakes them back up. It teaches your brain and body to communicate again. It restores coordination, balance, and control. And when your core stabilizers re-engage, stress on your spine decreases, allowing circulation and hormonal signaling to work more efficiently. This movement also trains contralateral strength, the right arm left leg pattern that humans evolved to use when walking, climbing, and moving with power. When this pattern weakens, everything weakens. When it returns, everything improves. Men over 50 who perform bird dog consistently report less back pain, stronger core engagement, better hip stability, and higher daily energy. It is a deceptively simple movement with life-changing effects. 5. Frog stretch, kneel on the floor, spread your knees wide. Keep your ankles in line with your knees. Slowly shift your hips backward until you feel the inner thighs stretching deeply. Support your weight with your hands or forearms. Move gently, breathe calmly. Frog stretch is the ultimate hip opener for men over 50, and one of the fastest ways to restore blood flow through the pelvis. When the inner hips and adductors tighten, circulation slows drastically. This impacts mobility, posture, sexual function, digestion, and hormonal health. The pelvic floor becomes tense, the hip flexors overwork, and the glutes shut off. But frog stretch reverses all of this. It releases deep tension in the adductors, groin, and inner pelvis, areas men rarely stretch but desperately need to. As the hips open, blood moves freely again through the tissues that support healthy testosterone production. It also unloads pressure from the lower back, instantly making your spine feel lighter. For many men, this is the stretch that changes everything, because it gives you back the hip mobility you lost decades ago. Gentlemen, your body is not breaking down because you're older. It's reacting to years of stiffness, sitting, shallow breathing, weak hips, and unused muscles. But the moment you restore these 5 primal patterns, your system comes back online. Your hips loosen, your spine stabilizes, your glutes fire, your balance improves, your blood flow increases, your testosterone begins rising again. Naturally, strength after 50 isn't about lifting heavier. It's about activating smarter. It's about rebuilding the foundation, your hips, your pelvis, your core, your spine, and letting everything else follow. Do these 5 exercises every day, just 10 minutes, and watch how quickly your body responds. You're not done. You're not declining. You're simply reawakening the strength that was always yours. And before you go, tell me this. Where on earth are you watching from? I want to see where men over 50 are rebuilding their strength.